Members, it's time and we have a quorum. Item 1 on the agenda, confirmation of the minutes of the 34th meeting held on the 4th of October 2013. The minutes have been forwarded to members. We have not received any proposals for amendments. So, members, could we confirm the minutes, please? Thank you. Matters arising. I and the Deputy Chairman met with the Chief Secretary for Administration. The CS indicated that the administration would be submitting 28 bills to LegCo for scrutiny. Among them, 11 will be submitted in the first half of the year. For the 2013 to 14 legislative program, it's been distributed to members on the 8th of October via paper number CB2 15/13 to 14. The Deputy Chairman of the House Committee made a request to the CS. That is, he hoped the administration will provide a list of ordinances passed by the LegCo but not yet commenced, both for ordinances and provisions. The GCS replied that the administration has all along been reporting the latest progress on ordinances or provisions not yet commenced to the panel on administration of justice and legal services, and CS undertook to update the list as soon as possible. The CS said she would attend the meeting of the Subcommittee on Poverty on the 29th of October to brief members on the latest progress on the work of the government in alleviating poverty. She pointed out that the population policy consultation paper would be published at the end of October or early November, and she would be more than happy to come and brief us on the consultation paper. So I think we will schedule a special meeting for the CS to brief us on the population policy consultation paper. Any questions, please? Well, I'm not against a special meeting, but I think the meeting ought to be long enough to allow members sufficient time to ask questions. We mustn't rush things. Usually it's 1.5 hours. Perhaps I could talk to the CS to see if she could stay on a bit longer. Well, at least 2 or 3 hours. Dr. Kenneth Chen, another issue of much concern, that is the former Chief Executive, Donald Tsang, asked to meet with the former Pope through the government. Now, so far we've only seen a formal statement from the Secretary for Justice. But would the CS be willing to come to either the House Committee or the Council meeting to give a full account of the case? Because we do not like information coming out in bits and pieces. When we meet with the CS, we deal with issues handled by the House Committee. No one in the House Committee ever mentioned or raised that, so that's why we've never raised this item with the CS. And also, news rumors or hearsay in newspaper is not something we deal with. That's why we never asked it. Mr. Ronnie Tong. Well, I've actually submitted an oral question. Let's see what the reply is like. If we think there is not enough information, we could always follow up by via the relevant panel or with the CS if necessary. Thank you. Any other questions, please? No? Next item. Business arising from previous council meetings. Legal Service Division report on bill referred to the House Committee in accordance with Rule 54.4. Legal advisor, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The relevant bill is the Peak Tramway Amendment Bill 2013. Our paper number is LS2/13 to 14. The bill proposes to amend the relevant ordinance to empower the Chief Executive and Council to grant the Peak Tramways Company Limited the right to run and operate the Peak Tramway for a period of 2 years, commencing on the 1st of January 2014. According to the administration, the proposed amendment is an interim arrangement to allow time for the government to resolve issues relating to the long-term arrangements for the operation of the Peak Tramway. The Transport Advisory Committee was consulted in July 2013. Members, the panel on transport was consulted. The members generally supported the proposal. Thank you. Members, do you wish to set up a Bills Committee? Yes, I think so. Mr. Chairman, even though they came to the panel on transport to consult us, it brought out the question of whether we're going to grant the right to the same company indefinitely. And if there's going to be a finite period, how should we change the legislation? So we need to deal with it. This 2-year arrangement is just temporary remedy. So I think it is necessary to set up a Bills Committee. Okay, does any member wish to join, please? So we will circulate the reference paper to members. Next. Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 4th of October and tabled in Council on the 9th of October. Legal advisor, please. Yes, Mr. Chairman, the paper number is LS3/13 to 14. There are 4 items of subsidiary legislation. The first one, Post Office Amendment Regulation 2013. This regulation is made by the Chief Executive in Council under the Revenue Ordinance to deal with fee increase for certain postal fees, such as postal box fees, back rentals, redirection fees, etc. They will commence on the 1st of December 2013. And then members were of the member panel on economic development was consulted on the 22nd of July. Members had no objection to the increase in postal fees, but then they considered the postal fee increases rather substantial because the fees were not revised for a long time. And then from the 1st of October, the Postmaster General has also increased a certain principal postage rates, like a local mail rates, service mail, and so on. In accordance with the legislation, there is no need to seek legislative approval. So that's all by way of report. Can you also report on the other 3 items, please? Well, the other 3 items are all made under the Inland Revenue Ordinance. This is about double taxation relief and prevention of fiscal evasion with respect to taxes on income. Order made with 3 different places. There's an agreement made with 3 places: the Guernsey, Italian Republic, and State of Qatar. The relevant orders are to give effect to agreements signed with these 3 places on avoidance of double taxation and the prevention of fiscal evasion. The 3 orders will commence on the 29th of November this year. Okay, members, first item, Post Office Amendment Regulation 2013. Do you wish to set up a subcommittee? Mr. Tankara Appeals proposes a subcommittee. Does any member wish to join, please? Fine. So the Secretariat will circulate relevant papers to members. There are 3 other items in relation to the Inland Revenue Ordinance. Do you wish to set up a subcommittee? Mr. James Toe, I propose a subcommittee. Does any member wish to join, please? Fine. We will circulate the relevant papers to members. Next item, further business for the Council meeting of the 16th of October 2013. Report number 1/13 to 14 of the House Committee on consideration of subsidiary legislation and other instruments. The report covers 5 items of subsidiary legislation, the period for amendment of which will expire on the 16th of October. As at the deadline, no members have indicated any wish to speak on these items. Next item, then. Business for the Council meeting of the 23rd of October 2013. Questions? Or 22 slots been taken up, 6 oral questions and 16 written questions. Bills first reading and moving or second reading. Air Pollution Control Amendment Number 2, Bill 2013. At the next House Committee meeting, we will consider the bill. Government motion, no notice has been received. Members' motions, Mr. Tommy Jung's motion on reviewing the functions of the Securities and Futures Commission, and Mr. Yu Si Weng's motion on expeditiously formulating long-term planning for the tourism industry. The deadline for giving notice of amendments is 16th of October, next Wednesday, in other words. Report of Bills Committees and Subcommittees. Report of the Bills Committee on Professional Accountants Amendment Bill 2013. Mr. Charles Mock. Mr. Chairman, the Professional Accountants Amendment Bill 2013 was tabled by Mr. Kenneth Leung. It seeks to amend Professional Accountants Ordinance Cap 50 to permit a sole practicing certified public accountant to incorporate a company with only one shareholder and to register the company as a corporate practice. The bill also seeks to prohibit a body corporate not being a corporate practice registered with the Hong Kong Institute of Certified Public Accountants, HKICPA, to use the description certified public accountant, the initials CPA, and the characters WGIC in his name. This is to plug a loophole and prevent such body corporates from attempting to mislead the public to believe that they are practice units referred to in the Professional Accountants Ordinance and that they are qualified to perform audits. This is to protect public interest. The Bills Committee held one meeting with the HKICPA and the administration to consider the bill. The Bills Committee supports the bill. As the chairman of the Bills Committee, I will be moving committee stage amendments on behalf of the Bills Committee to make technical amendments to certain provisions. The Bills Committee supports the resumption of the second reading of the bill at the Council meeting on the 30th of October. The detailed deliberations of the committee are in the report. Thank you. If I may remind members, the deadline for giving notice of CSAs is Monday, 21st of October. Next, position on Bills Committees and Subcommittees. As at the 10th of October, Thursday, there are 9 Bills Committees, 8 subcommittees under House Committee, and 7 subcommittees and policy issues under panels in action. 4 subcommittees on policy issues under panels are on the waiting list. Any other business? There wasn't any originally, but I note that I'm the only person who could raise items on AOB. Well, you're moving far too quickly. Can I go back to the earlier item about subcommittees? I wonder if I should report to you here, Mr. Chairman. The panel on housing had a meeting on the subcommittee on long-term housing strategy. Work hasn't been completed. I think the clerk will report. We will make arrangements for you to make a report. I thought you might have missed that. No, we won't miss it. Anyway, today, let's go. On the newspaper, I read that there will be a foie gras served today here in Let's Go, but I've never had any foie gras. I'm sure members are concerned about it. Can I ask the Secretary General to report, please? Yes, Mr. Chairman, recently we circulated a paper on guest lunch day. Is really about the caterers providing food for such functions. I must first clarify, for a menu provided by these caterers, the menu never included foie gras or shark's fin or any exquisite food items or rare items. So probably why there's a misunderstanding is because in the name of one of the caterers, the name includes the words foie gras, but actually the menus they proposed to us did not include foie gras or any other expensive food items. And our budget is just $250, is it correct? Actually, we do allow a limited budget that we propose to the caterers. Now, I'm just allowing the Secretary General a chance to clarify the matter. It's not an opportunity for you to discuss the matter. If you have any questions, you could seek further clarification from the SG, because this is not a discussion item. Mr. Ma Fung Kwok is not on this item, right? No, not exactly on this item. This morning, there was internet radio which conducted an interview with me. They asked me this. This is for our guest lunch day. Mr. Ma Fong Kwok. Many have pressed the buttons to indicate they wish to speak, but I don't want to deal with that. If you want to seek further information, please. No, it's not on the same issue. It has to do with the guest lunch day. But after the meeting, please, because guest lunch day is not something for us to deal with. You can liaise with the clerk. I'm not talking about Fagua. I'm not talking about the caterer. No, it's about one of the caterers being the Jockey Club. And people say that Jockey Club is transferring interest to members. I just want to raise this for the Electoral Commission. I'm speaking. Mr. Chairman, how come so many other people are speaking at the same time?
Mr. Ma Fong Kwok, Jockey Club is one of our food suppliers. Have we been receiving benefits from the Jockey Club? It's said that the quotations from them are much lower than those quoted for their members. Can the Secretariat clarify? With 3 other members have pressed the button. 1 minute each. Mr. To. Yes, I've also received such inquiries. I also asked the SG why there are these different quotations from the Jockey Club. Perceptually, this is not good. So I'd like the SG to seek clarification to see whether any special treatment or concessions have been given to us. If so, we should not patronize the Jockey Club. If not, we should obtain information and explain and clarify to the public. Mr. Leung Kwok Hong, would you please put down your plaque? No, I can't. Well, we're discussing HC businesses, so we don't need the plaque here. Well, I did talk to the president about this guest lunch day. Well, when the balloon was released by me up to the ceiling, I was charged $10,000. The best method is tendering. No, we're not talking about the guest lunch day. We're talking about today's news. Would you please finish as quickly as possible? Today's news, I'm on it. We're under AOB. Well, if I'm digressing, I can leave it to AOB. No other item under AOB. Only this item raised by me. Well, I think we should invite the CE to clarify. Ms. Claudia Mo, right from the very beginning, I asked for a discussion under AOB, but you did not allow us to have a discussion. I received an inquiry from a group claimed to be representing a group of members of the public. They asked why we had goose liver. They would like to safeguard animal welfare. Well, you understand what goose liver is all about. It is very brutal. So if on our food list we don't have goose liver, we should not present this very bad impression to the public. Should we have other caterers instead? Ms. Emily Lau? Well, since we have these reports, whoever these reports are from, if they are not accurate, the SG should clarify. For example, the CE was asked to clarify in just 6 hours' time. So please clarify. And secondly, of course, I do not support the consumption of shark's fins and goose liver. Well, can we have more vegetarian courses? SG, more and more people are becoming vegetarians. SG? Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Emily Lau, for supporting vegetarian cuisine. Concerning the food suppliers selected for our guest lunch day, all along members would like the Secretariat to provide more choices for members. In actual fact, in the latest circular, there are 8 suppliers on the list, with food caterer groups, hotels, private clubs, SME caterers, and 2 social enterprises as well. All along, our principle has been that we would like to provide a wide variety of options to members. Of course, at the end of the day, which supplier or caterer we should choose, we have to heed the advice of members. Given this discussion, we'll go back and review the list to see how we can do better. What about the Jockey Club issue? Any response? As I said, more than one private club was asked to make quotations, and the Jockey Club was the only private club come up with quotations. As regards the price-fixing policy of the Jockey Club, forgive me for not being able to give any information on their behalf. If you read the quotation list, you'll see all the quotation details there. All right. No other business. Meeting adjourned.